Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest health threats for people over 50. It's linked to arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, and even Alzheimer's. But here's the good news. The foods you eat can either fuel inflammation or fight it. And today, we're going to dive into 7 powerful anti-inflammatory foods that can help reduce pain, protect your heart, and keep your brain sharp as you age. Let's get right into the 7 foods that fight inflammation after 50. As we age, our bodies naturally produce more inflammatory compounds, and our ability to control inflammation decreases. This low-level chronic inflammation, sometimes called inflammaging, silently damages your cells, tissues, and organs over time. It's a major driver of age-related diseases. The inflammation shows up as joint pain and stiffness, increased risk of heart disease and stroke, higher blood sugar and diabetes risk, cognitive decline and memory problems, and slower healing and recovery. But the foods you choose can make a dramatic difference. Certain foods are packed with compounds that actively reduce inflammation in your body. And the best part? These are delicious, everyday foods you can find at any grocery store. So let's dive into the 7 best anti-inflammatory foods for people over 50. The first food that fights inflammation is fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and herring. These fish are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which are among the most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds you can eat. Omega-3s work by reducing the production of inflammatory molecules called cytokines and eicosanoids. Multiple studies show that people who regularly eat fatty fish have lower levels of C-reactive protein, or CRP, which is a key marker of inflammation in the body. Omega-3s are especially beneficial for reducing joint pain and stiffness in people with rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. They also protect your heart by reducing inflammation in your blood vessels and lowering your risk of heart disease and stroke. And for your brain, omega-3s help reduce neuroinflammation, which is linked to Alzheimer's and cognitive decline. Aim for at least 2 servings of fatty fish per week. If you don't like fish, consider a high-quality omega-3 supplement with at least 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA combined. Fatty fish is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods you can add to your diet. The second food that fights inflammation is berries, especially blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. Berries are packed with antioxidants called anthocyanins, which give them their deep red, blue, and purple colors. Anthocyanins have been shown to reduce inflammation and lower the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. In one study, people who ate blueberries daily for 6 weeks had significantly lower levels of inflammatory markers compared to those who didn't. Berries also contain fiber and vitamin C, both of which support a healthy immune system and help control inflammation. The best part? Berries are low in sugar compared to other fruits, making them a great choice for people managing blood sugar levels. You can eat them fresh, frozen, or blended into smoothies. Aim for at least 1 cup of berries per day to get the anti-inflammatory benefits. Berries are a delicious and easy way to fight inflammation naturally. The third food that fights inflammation is leafy green vegetables like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and collard greens. These greens are loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation throughout your body. They're especially rich in vitamin K, which has been shown to reduce inflammatory markers in the blood. Leafy greens also contain compounds called carotenoids, including beta-carotene and lutein, which protect your cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. Studies show that people who eat more leafy greens have lower levels of inflammation and a reduced risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and cognitive decline. Leafy greens are also high in fiber, which supports gut health. And a healthy gut is essential for controlling inflammation because about 70% of your immune system is located in your gut. Try to eat at least 1 to 2 servings of leafy greens every day. You can add them to salads, smoothies, soups, or sauté them as a side dish. Leafy greens are one of the most nutrient-dense anti-inflammatory foods you can eat.
The fourth food that fights inflammation is extra virgin olive oil. This is a staple of the Mediterranean diet, which is widely recognized as one of the healthiest diets in the world. Extra virgin olive oil contains a compound called oleocanthal, which has been shown to work similarly to ibuprofen in reducing inflammation. It also contains polyphenols, which are powerful antioxidants that protect your cells from damage and reduce inflammatory markers in the blood. Studies show that people who consume extra virgin olive oil regularly have lower levels of C-reactive protein and other inflammatory markers. It's also been linked to a reduced risk of heart disease, stroke, and Alzheimer's disease. The key is to choose high-quality extra virgin olive oil, which is cold-pressed and unrefined. Avoid regular olive oil or vegetable oils, which don't have the same anti-inflammatory benefits. Use extra virgin olive oil for salad dressings, drizzling over vegetables, or light cooking. Aim for about 2 tablespoons per day. Extra virgin olive oil is a simple and delicious way to reduce inflammation. The fifth food that fights inflammation is nuts, especially almonds, walnuts, and pistachios. Nuts are rich in healthy fats, fiber, protein, and antioxidants, all of which help reduce inflammation. Walnuts are particularly powerful because they contain high levels of omega-3 fatty acids, similar to fatty fish. Studies show that people who eat nuts regularly have lower levels of inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein and interleukin-6. Nuts also help reduce inflammation in people with type 2 diabetes and heart disease. They're also great for your brain. Research shows that eating nuts regularly is associated with better cognitive function and a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. The key is to eat them in moderation because nuts are calorie-dense. Aim for about a quarter cup or a small handful per day. You can eat them as a snack, add them to salads, or sprinkle them on oatmeal or yogurt. Avoid nuts that are heavily salted or coated in sugar. Stick to raw or lightly roasted nuts for the best anti-inflammatory benefits. The sixth food that fights inflammation is tomatoes. Tomatoes are an excellent source of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that gives tomatoes their red color. Lycopene has been shown to reduce inflammation, especially in the lungs, heart, and prostate. Studies show that people who eat more tomatoes have lower levels of inflammatory markers and a reduced risk of heart disease and certain cancers. Tomatoes are also rich in vitamin C, potassium, and folate, all of which support overall health and help control inflammation. One important tip: lycopene is better absorbed when tomatoes are cooked. So tomato sauce, tomato paste, and cooked tomatoes actually provide more anti-inflammatory benefits than raw tomatoes. You can add tomatoes to soups, stews, pasta sauces, or roast them as a side dish. Aim for at least 3 to 4 servings of tomatoes per week. Tomatoes are a versatile and delicious way to fight inflammation. The seventh food that fights inflammation is turmeric. Turmeric is a bright yellow spice that's been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years. The active compound in turmeric is called curcumin, and it's one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory compounds ever studied. Curcumin works by blocking inflammatory molecules in your body, including NF-kappa B, which is a key driver of chronic inflammation. Studies show that curcumin can be as effective as some anti-inflammatory drugs, but without the side effects. It's been shown to reduce pain and stiffness in people with arthritis, improve symptoms of inflammatory bowel disease, and protect against heart disease and Alzheimer's. The challenge with turmeric is that curcumin is not easily absorbed by your body. To boost absorption, always consume turmeric with black pepper, which contains a compound called piperine that increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. You can add turmeric to soups, stews, smoothies, or golden milk. Or consider a high-quality turmeric supplement with black pepper extract. Turmeric is a powerful anti-inflammatory food that can make a real difference in how you feel.
So those are the 7 foods that fight inflammation after 50. Let's quickly recap. Number 1, fatty fish like salmon and sardines for omega-3s. Number 2, berries like blueberries and strawberries for antioxidants. Number 3, leafy greens like spinach and kale for vitamins and fiber. Number 4, extra virgin olive oil for oleocanthal and polyphenols. Number 5, nuts like walnuts and almonds for healthy fats. Number 6, tomatoes for lycopene. And number 7, turmeric for curcumin. Here's a bonus tip. Try to eat a variety of these foods throughout the week rather than focusing on just 1 or 2.
The more colorful and diverse your diet, the more anti-inflammatory compounds you'll get. And remember, it's not just about adding these foods. It's also about reducing inflammatory foods like processed meats, fried foods, sugary snacks, and refined carbs. Small changes add up over time. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Wellness After 50 for more evidence-based health information. And let me know in the comments, which of these 7 foods do you already eat, and which one are you going to add to your diet this week? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.